Easy when I'm playing for the servers and all that shit. I just gotta find the next mission.
Why do you have so...
Why the hell can't he run up that? It's dumb.
I don't know. Hang on. Internet issues over here.
It's all good, take your time.
Someone doesn't know how to keep internet on their damn phone. It's the same thing. All you had to do was reconnect it with the same damn password.
Are you sure? I thought you said it was off the clock.
Motherfucker, you don't have to make me get the fuck up, I swear to God. Invitation.
Just let me know when you're connected because I'm collecting shards for now, but I'll do combat when I know you're actually looking at it.
I'm watching you.
Oh, okay. Well, best way to explain is this. Right now I'm using the light powers, and what you do to upgrade your powers is you pretty much grab, well, you're probably a few seconds behind. I don't know if you've seen me grab the little blue, like the drones that have like energy in them. But that's how you upgrade your powers. You gotta look around for those kind of things. But he's like a living Tesla coil, I guess, for energy. So you walk up to any kind of like energy source, like any neon light. Yeah, there you go. He's a conduit. You just hit it. That's exactly what they're called, actually, is conduits. You just hit it on the dot, ironically. And he has a unique conduit ability. In the first one, he was just a conduit for electricity, so he could absorb electricity. There was a conduit for fire and ice. This guy, what it is he pretty much just touches you and he absorbs your powers if you're a conduit. So he has no conduit ability until he comes across another one. And that doesn't necessarily make him, like, imagine if he had no superpowers until this guy came across him with smoke powers. And then all of a sudden he had smoke powers. And then he met this girl with light powers. Now he's got light powers. So he's found out that his power is he can stack powers.
Alright, stop talking. For the simple fact that everything you say is delayed by a minute on the fucking video, and I hear you repeat what you say, and it's fucking annoying.
My bad.
Hold on, let's go to the store and see what it is.
It's free, actually, this month, if you have PlayStation Plus. My roommate just got back from doing his shit at fucking...
I've seen... No, it's $20.
What? It should have been free this month. Do you have PlayStation Plus?
$20. What?
Do you have PlayStation Plus? If you have PlayStation Plus, it's okay. Does it show a free? Well, like it should show like a yellow plus symbol and then say free, for beside the cost. If you don't have PlayStation Plus.
Nope.
That's weird. I guess it was maybe it was last month. Maybe it was September, and I just had it sitting on my thing the whole fucking time. What's the one for this month? I'll go check it out on my PlayStation Store. Maybe this... No, that's not what I meant. There's a free-to-play that you get from PlayStation Plus every month, and I'm wondering if maybe the American and Canadian ones are different. That would be hilarious, actually. I'm gonna go see which one it gives me for this month. Yeah, you have smoke and concrete. Those are the other ones. Which concrete is pretty powerful. It's like rock, I guess, but you can create any shape you want with it. Basic concept of concrete. I don't know if there's fire, lightning, and ice was covered in the first ones. Ironically, like when they did Infamous 1 and 2. This is Infamous 3. So this one they did smoke, light, and concrete. And there's a fourth power. I don't know about it, but that's because they don't tell you what it is until you actually get to the end of the game and you unlock it. But there's a fourth, like, ultimate ability. Probably electricity. I'm gonna laugh. You meet the character from the first game and he gives you his electric powers.
Okay. Well, anyway, I gotta get up and fix her damn phone. Some people can't keep their shit connected to the damn internet.
I have to do that all the time for my friends. I know how that feels. Go do your thing. And thunder drop! Everything goes kaboom. I guess you could say smoke is fire, though, because it's a lot of explosive abilities and shit like that.
I don't know how you couldn't get his connected. Well, then that's the game's issue. That's not his, because his is connected. Tell him to stop playing. Tell him to stop playing fucking games that fucking require internet. He won't have an issue.
Oh yeah, I forgot to explain it like that better. Smoke is fire. Like, it's like where there's smoke, there's fire concept. It's just where in the other game where all you could do with the fire powers was like blow shit up and stuff like that. In this one, you can pass through walls with it. Like, you can become smoke. But where there's smoke, there's ash. What? Oh, my bad. Never mind.
Hello?
Talking to me?
No, this fucking game is pissing me off.
My bad. But it's weird, I guess. Light is, like that power I was showing you is kind of electricity, because you can shoot like beams out of your hand and stuff. They changed it up, where in the first one people were kind of pissed, like, you're an electric conduit, but you can't travel at the speed of electricity. In this one you kind of can, when you saw the way I was moving, I guess. Really, I guess you could say it is fire and ice, and then they give you stone. Well, sorry, it's fire, lightning, and stone. That's the better way to explain the abilities.
The fuck, motherfucker. Piece of shit. Ooh, I'm gonna get pissed. I'm gonna get pissed. I like to relax and fish, but it's a pain in the ass at the same damn time.
I know, it's not so easy when the fish don't want to get caught.
Oh, that's
It's
when
like-
I take a nap and just tie the fucking fishing pole to my fucking foot. What? What is this?
Megalodons were the largest creatures in the ocean, actually, as far as predators.
No, they're not the largest creatures in the ocean, or
Oh.
never were.
What was the biggest?
The largest creature in the ocean is fucking Godzilla. Don't you forget that.
Goddamn Godzilla. Don't you mean Gojira?
No.
No, I'm not kidding. You're gonna laugh at you want to laugh at this? Okay, it's actually based off the Japanese legend of the serpent god Gojira.
Oh, child, get out
just-
now!
When the first movies were made,
Punched me in the fucking balls is what she just did.
ooh, ow. Kids are the worst for that. They really are.
Sorry, pervs.
What happened to my pet food fish bait? Why are they all fucking...
Never would have told him this to his face. Hank thought she was smarter than I ever gave him credit for. Guy escaped from a
See, on this
jail.
game, I haven't figured out how to fish without a bobber and use lures yet, unless it's a fucking level thing.
Rumor around the water cooler was that he might cause the transport accident up in San
Hello?
Jose.
Oh, what? Sorry, my bad. I was hearing the storyline piece, that's why. Go ahead.
Just think how different
I said that on this fishing game, I haven't figured out how to fish without a bobber or how to fish with just lures.
That kind of sucks. Because that takes away a lot of the, like, things you can use. Really? That's kind of hilarious. If you look it up on YouTube, there might be actually some videos that'll tell you exactly how to do it, or is it just you don't have the option for it, you mean? What? What do they think of next? It's my way of making fun of them. I gotta pay for a DLC that... Ugh. You know, give me a DLC where I gotta get Knights of the Round, Final Fantasy 15 edition. That'd be cool. The summoning of summonings. Yep. That's what I can't wait for. I've already got the HD remake for the PS4. I had to get it. It said it would show the video.
Plant and an aerosol can.
Yeah, but the remake is supposed to be more like 15 is, actually. So that's going to be awesome. $15 hits, 15 knights, you're right. 15 slashes for 999 damage. Total of 15,000 damage a hit. Most damage you can do in any Final Fantasy game ever. Actually, I forgot. There was a material you could get in that game where you could actually get your damage to go over 999, and then they would do 30,000 damage a hit. You could kill Sephiroth in one hit. No, I know you can set it to multiple summons where it shows up like twice pretty much. That's what I always thought was fucking cool in that game.
Just made the world a little better place.
I don't remember how, but there is actually a way, ironically, to glitch it out where you can get Aeris past Sephiroth's death. That's trippy. That'd be fun.
I got a fishy. I got a reader sunfish. A reader sunfish. It almost looks like a small carp. Crappie. Oh, sweet. Thank you, baby.
Happy birthday, Daddy. Got 4 eggs in it.
Damn, 4? Oh, shit. Thank you. Nummies, huh? Anyway, you guys still there?
Yeah.
You all went freaking quiet as hell on me.
Oh, it's because I'm running around in this game. This game is actually one of the few games I can keep my interest blocked because I get to run around and jump on everything.
Hold on! Want a piece of egg? Shouldn't you be eating mommy's food, not daddy's?
You know the one, ironically, you're gonna laugh at this, whichever parent's plate they pick out of is the one they love the most. I'm not even kidding. It's been proven by child psychologists.
Violate your billboard.
I'm fearing this is a trend. We will address this immediately.
It's like, notice how if a girl really likes you, she'll always try to pick out of your food? Our kids do the same thing. We just don't realize it's a common trait of just socialism, I guess. Oh shit, I got a helicopter on me. Oh crap. Oh shit, missiles! Move! Move, light boy! Move, light boy! I have no idea what that is.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, for Star Wars Force Unleashed. Starkiller.
out. I'm trying to eat and fish at the same time, so you're on the downside slope of the freaking paying attention thing right now. I got food and trying to fish at the same time, so.
He's just sitting there like, I had no idea. Pretty much. Secret missile blast! I love smoke powers. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh.
Well, it's like Final Fantasy. Like how in 15, wherever he throws his sword is where he teleports to. Like in the new 15, pretty much. I get what you mean now. Well, that's what I think is the coolest thing about the power in that game, where you can like throw your sword and teleport to it and come up behind the guy and just do this big ass slash. Thunder drop.
Oh, what? Yes. Never played Final Fantasy 15.
It's not bad actually. It's pretty fun. I tried the beginning of it and all
Final
that.
Fantasy game I played, and it was, I think, 12 or 11.
Yeah, who's this?
See, I'm just a huge fan of your work. That tag you put on the needle, seize control, right? See, I get what you're doing. You will give power to the powerless thing, and I want to help.
Okay. Well, if you want to help, you can help me find one of the escaped conduits who might be here in the Lantern District.
Oh. Well, why do you want him? Or her?
I just want to shake his or her hand.
Okay. Well, I've heard the DUP is planning to take all the suspected conduits they've routed up and move them to this holding facility they built downtown. The convoy's supposed to come right through the Lantern District, cutting across the I-94.
Okay. You happen to know if any of these people have actual powers?
Oh, yeah, I'm totally, absolutely, yeah.
You know what? Next year I might
I'm sorry, man,
jump
what'd
on
you
the
say your name was?
bandwagon about a zombie
It's a
game.
dorky name, I know.
It's also
Hey,
zombie
my mom got
survival
Delson
game
off of an
thing
old
on
western.
the Facebook the other day and actually looked at the video.
What? Which
Now
video?
I can't think of the damn name of it.
Oh, you can't remember. Okay, that's why I was confused. I was like, hey? Again, doing my light run across rooftops. I was like, whoops. I thought maybe I misheard what you
What?
said.
Hey, Eugene, I'm thinking the easiest thing to do here is somehow drop the road a little. You know, pull the rug out from underneath him.
Well, you could just blow it up.
No, I can't take the chance it'll kill the conduit I'm looking for. I think I'm just gonna cut the supports, and the trucks will make it drop a little. Bam! Instant roadblock.
Okay. See, man, this is why I'm such a big fan. I wish I could be there to see it.
Well, come on out and watch. But, you know, from a safe distance, of course. Because when we conduits go to work, you mortals better give us a wide berth.
Right. Right. Well, you know what, on second thought then, I'm gonna stay home. I'll let you know if I
Are you
find
fucking
anything
kidding
more about
me?
the convoy, though.
What? God damn.
Eugene, when's this convoy supposed to show up?
Tonight sometime? I mean, I really don't know for sure. Are you still at the overpass?
Yeah, still here. Just been making friends with the locals.
I'm not gonna put any
Doesn't
mouth.
seem
You
to
can
be
take it with your
traffic up
hand.
top, man.
You're a big
Yeah,
girl.
because the dupes took it over. Closed it off to citizens. So you finished with the
Don't
sports?
aggravate me.
Yep, all done. About to head topside and get ready for a little game of chicken with the dupes.
You finish that piece first. Why in the hell
Damn it.
am I not?
Of course.
What? Why is the fucking bobber not working? God damn it.
Suckers. Hey, Eugene, talk to me, man. What am I looking for in this convoy?
I don't know. I mean, they're moving a lot of prisoners, so maybe look for some buses? Whoa, what was that?
Helicopters? Whole pack of them. I don't think they can see me in the fog.
Seriously, what the fuck? My bobber is...
Come on, just hand over your prisoners, and we'll call it a day. Hey, I got one. I don't know how, but I did.
That is quite dirty. You don't need to put that on your head.
Going on.
What's up,
No, no, no.
Not too much, are you? Yeah, they're working on it right now, ironically.
Yeah, a lot of people think they're fixing Maya.
Why, what's wrong with Maya?
There's some kind of way to make money out there, I guess.
The whole thing with the Anthill mob, probably what it is, actually.
Pay attention. Go to your mom.
See, what
Go to your-
Frontier don't get is by fixing all that, they want their game to be longer, like, you know what I mean, like, grindier.
Go to your mother.
But a lot of people don't want to fucking grind that hard, so they're always going to look and find these easier ways to make money, and they take them away, so they're just, nobody wants to fucking take fucking forever to get to a fucking different ship.
Okay, got it. So what's it do?
It's a signal tracker.
Like, engineering seems like it's going to take fucking months, dude.
But the cool thing is you can also use it to pinpoint the direction the signal's coming from.
Man, I think I'm gonna have to take this thing out for a test
I'm
drive.
about to fucking scream, child. Like I did earlier. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Drove right into it. Got for cargo, but we lost contact with the others.
Yo, Eugene, I got something.
I told you.
Fuck. That would suck.
No idea on casualty figures, but we also lost ATC.
Yeah, it sucks that EV's down. We're just gonna grind some more.
Maybe that was Rose. Maybe a second bioterrorist, maybe more. And the fog made it impossible to see. But whatever it was, we lost it.
Why
And
now?
Rose.
Was there even a warning? Like, was it like, hey, we're gonna shut the servers down? Or did
No, it
still-
just shut down.
Their building with all their servers got fired. No more ED.
Yeah, they partner with Ubisoft. That's why.
Oh my god. It's Assassin's Creed all over again.
Good God. What the fuck to play then? Jesus, I don't know. Oh, supposedly there's different endings to Resident Evil 7, huh?
I ain't kissing. No, I got it. Of course.
You gotta beat the game in 4 hours. What the fuck? You're nuts. Resident Evil 7. That's what? It's a trophy.
Is that even possible?
I don't think so. I beat Resident Evil 7 while streaming. It took me 9 hours and 26 minutes. Sitting down, non-stop. The code was that Code Veronica? No, Code Veronica was on fucking
Must have beat me to it.
Dreamcast. Okay.
You're new. Sorry.
Yeah,
got other
I remember. Oh, I was like 6 just because it was pretty action-packed. That is an okay storyline. I liked it.
No. I got a fishy. What I get?
Oh, that game is so fucking fucked.
Fucking bluegill. Do what?
The game is so fucked.
Which one?
Fishing Planet.
I haven't figured out how to use lures yet. Instead of this fucking bobber shit.
You gotta remove it all and put a lure on.
No, it still won't let me bring out my full cast.
Actually, to be honest with you, I think it's because it's, I don't know, that game is fucked. Like I said, it's fucked.
Eugene, I found that
A different
first
type
bus.
of, you have to have a different rod or
On the
something.
overpass, so that means there's still
I can't
two out.
remember. But all that is a World of Tanks fishing game.
One minor
That's
setback
all it
won't
is.
hang up on me.
No.
Some fan you are.
We need help! There's too many of them! They're everywhere!
Standing the floor. I got another fishy.
So check this out. There's one trophy in Resident Evil 7 called She's Alive, right? It's called Travel to Louisiana. Which pretty much means
that's
just...
a level 5.
It pretty much just means start the fucking game and play it. Now, how did only 93.2% of the people that played the game only had not, you know, get that? There's people that started the game and just never played it again. They didn't even begin. They didn't even get past the first cutscene to play the game. It doesn't make no sense. I think PSN's on some bullshit. I will say though, for as fucked up as they did, fuck up Resident Evil.
Not going the way I expected. Gotta find that last
Resident Evil
bug before
7
did
fucking
this
brought
does.
it back a little bit in my eyes.
It's every time I buy a new fucking pole, it says I can't equip. Anytime I buy something new, it says I can't equip it. So what's the fucking shit?
I don't know, man. You're doing something wrong. That's not good. Bubbly goods. I don't know.
Incoming! Multiple airborne!
You know, because most video games that are movies are fucking trash. It was neat to sit there and fish and relax and everything, but
I don't care about Final Fantasy. Like I said.
well, the game itself gets it gets in depth with the fishing, but there's parts of its in-depthness that make absolutely no fucking sense. Like, I don't give a fuck if I've got 5-pound test fucking monofilament on a shitty-ass reel with a shitty-ass rod. If I want to put a lure on that bitch, should fucking be able to.
Mm-hmm.
Returning fire, but they're just
And they're fucking, oh, so much fucking better than it really is. Still, I like playing it every once in a while. It's pretty chill. Pretty chill.
What the hell? These guys got wings and shit.
What the hell have I walked into?
What the fuck?
I really don't care for somebody singing right now. I'm getting really fucking irritated.
It's Rose! These monsters have gotta be his! Screw the angels, kill him!
I can't believe they're still trying to say that fucking Star Wars is gonna come out on the 17th.
Do what?
Star Wars is supposed to be coming out on the 17th. I don't know.
What the hell have I walked into?
What, is he just someone that if nothing goes his way and people are talking, he don't want to be in a party?
Who, Brisk?
Yeah.
Oh, no, he probably was busy with his kid or something. Trust me, he tolerates me talking a lot. Well, he'll tell me if I'm bugging him, though. At least I don't mind, because I do talk a lot, so. I'd rather people tell me than just sit there and put up with it, and then they fucking blow up on me, and it's like, okay, well, you should have told me when it was pissing you off.
Well, aren't you guys with the Red Sun Battalion?
Me, no. No. No.
Fucking Buzzin's little bitch ass. I muted him because he's fucking annoying.
It's exactly, I don't like how him and Titan are kind of setting little pricks. That's why I haven't joined, to be honest.
And I think he might have like a moderator rights to the fucking community, because he fucking I know you. I told you.
But he deleted you. He kicked you out of the community.
He deleted
and
me
blocked
from
you.
he kicked me out of the community and deleted me off his friends list, and he fucking blocked me, so I can't join your guys' parties. I need to find out who the fucking leader is. I want to talk to him and fucking get his ass chewed out for being a little bitch.
I think City is the leader, but I also think Vuzin is one of them too. Like, that's the thing with RSB, is that I think Vuzin is the leader, so... I was told I had to talk to him to get in, so it's weird to explain. I can ask
funny,
City.
The fucking.
I'll ask City. I'll ask City who the actual owner and leader of the group is.
Yeah, because
I know City's one of the leaders.
It's funny how
too.
like literally the day, not even 2 days in, and fucking I'm automatically fucking no word. Nobody said nothing to me about anything, and fucking I'm removed from the community, and Vuzin's got me fucking blocked.
Because they're.
No, he needs to explain himself.
You just go in your list, go over their name, and you can unblock them. Like I said, they're just like that. Like, fucking Titan harasses me for absolutely no reason, and Vuzin was supposed to let me join the group, and then just pretty much made me do things, like, help them out with shit, and I eventually got nothing.
I don't
like,
think people.
Even get to join,
if this clan has any fucking backbone, there needs to be someone to fucking put their foot down to fucking faggots, dude.
Well, a bunch of people. To be honest, a bunch of people left yesterday because of it. Like, everyone in the group, I don't know if you heard what I was telling you, I guess, but, like, a lot of them aren't RSB anymore. They all left literally yesterday because they're tired of Vuzin and his shit, because they literally told him this. They think he's unfit for leadership. They're not going to stay in a clan that's led by someone who's unfit and who's an unfit leader. So I get it now.
Yeah, Vuzin's just a little punk bitch on the internet, dude. If I could ever fucking see him in real life and know for a fact that it was Vuzin, I'd knock his fucking teeth out. And he'd be like, what was that for? I'd be like, you remember RSB? You know Mo, bitch? That's me. Run.
I know what you mean. It's like, my issues are mostly with Titan, but Vuzin has created his own shit with me for being a condescending ass, but Titan's the same way. I don't explain. I'm just more saying, you know what, dude, don't even bother with RSB or even worry about it. There's just a bunch of, like, not all of them in it, but the leadership itself, other than City, are a bunch of dicks. I mean, City's the only nice guy I've seen that's in leadership. He has to put up with them. Which is kind of stupid, because even City's tired of Titan shit, so.
Oh, City Trauma. Yeah, I got him on my friends list.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, I can ask him, because I know he's a leader of it too. I think he said once he created it, but I do know that Vuzin has a lot of control in it, so I'm not sure.
Well, I already messaged City and said, I guess I'm deleting everybody from fucking RSB. He didn't say nothing. Neither did Beast. Nobody did. So it's like, they obviously don't give a fuck about their members and treating people right or fucking getting to the bottom of shit. So they're obviously a fucking pile of shit clan.
That's what I was saying. I wouldn't even worry about it. It's not a... That's what I've already made that too. I mean, I tried to get in, but then fucking found out it's like that with them, so whatever. And more with City, I guess it's because... Hard to explain, I guess. He just found out his girlfriend was pregnant, like, 2 days ago. So he's got a lot of his own crap, I guess, if you're reading that sense. But you're right, he does tend to turn around and shrug it off because he doesn't want to put up with it, because it's just Vuzin and them are always causing those kind of problems for him. Fucking stupid. I don't know why he should just, you're right, he should just boot them out, but I don't think he really has the power to do that. I think it's more him and Vuzin started it, and him and Vuzin have administrative rights or some crap. Like I said, I'd have to ask City about it and find out who's the actual leader and all that shit, because I don't know for sure. I just know I was supposed to get a hold of Vuzin if I wanted to join the clan. He never accepted it, so he can go fuck himself at that point.
Angels? Are you kidding me right now?
That's what I say.
So either one of those escapees can make angels, or I'm going after God. And I do not like my odds in that matchup.
Shit, fuck, that's like... All these little fucking faggots on the fucking internet think they're so... Dude, I got nothing to fucking live for anymore. So if I could find out where any of these little bitches live, I'm going to. I'm so sick and tired of it. I'll fucking murder them.
I guess I kind of get what you mean. It's like they don't realize they push people too far sometimes with their bullshit. Like, fucking my issues with Titan is because he decided to join the party and tell me to go kill myself. So I was like, what the fuck did you just... no, fuck you.
Like, you want me to go kill myself? I'll say, I would have said, give me your fucking address and I'll come to your house and you can try to kill me. Fuck me killing myself. I'll go out like a coward, you little... Or not a coward, I won't go out like a coward.
That's exactly what...
bitch.
That's exactly what bugged me, was the problem. He left the party before I could say that to him. I was like, how about you try yourself? Be a man about it, but then he fucking left. It's like he's literally just a little fucking... he literally... I don't know how to explain it. He's just one of those bully-ass assholes, just turns around and thinks he can walk all over people and doesn't realize he's not the first motherfucker to...
It's because he's on the fucking internet. 9 times out of 10, if any of these motherfuckers saw me in real life, I'm not just some fat fucking city fucking nerd on the other side of this fucking microphone. I will break your fucking everything.
I get what you're saying. I get the same... People, because of my high-pitched voice, they get the wrong concept of me. I mean, I'm 6'2", 180 pounds. I live in the bush. You think I'm fat?
Hell yeah. I like.
So I get what you mean. It's like I almost want to, like a lot of these guys, I just want to look and be like, you know that you would get 5 minutes into those conversations with me and I would just fucking decide, okay, he's earned a right hook now.
If you were standing next to me, you wouldn't even know it. I wouldn't even fucking make a face, a look, or a movement or anything. Just fucking, you'd be done, dude.
I get what you mean. That's exactly
over.
Literally exactly what I want to tell him sometimes. Like, you would say that shit, and it would be split second, I would hit you in the fucking jaw, and then it'd be 2 hits. If I hit to your jaw, and you hit in the fucking ground. That's what I told Titan one day, just to fucking fuck with him. I was like, you don't get it, buddy. You would get about 10 seconds into this, and I would just hit you for it. Because you think I'm some pussy-ass little weak motherfucker.
That's all it is. That is 100% exactly why all these people act tough on the fucking internet, dude, is because they're not in front of you. You can't get a hold of them. You can't touch them.
That's what bugs me. That's everyone wonders why I get so angry after about it all. Like, why it gets under my skin. I'm like, it's not them getting under my skin. It's the simple fact I can't do anything about it. I literally could not shut them up. Like, they would talk that shit to me in real life, and I would just fucking hit them. And then they wouldn't be talking after that, would they?
I'd fucking beat their ass.
Like, it's weird to
So
explain, because
bad.
I know that I'm kind of sounding like I'm doing that, sounding like tough over the mic, but it's like, you know what, I am kind of a nerd, okay, but the truth is, I got picked on a lot whenever I was growing up. It's weird to explain. I almost want to look at these guys and say this, and I literally just want to say this to these guys. I got a lot more respect for the bullies I used to go to high school with in the fucking 90s than you fuckers.
Because they usually change, and it's just a school fucking thing.
Yeah, these guys are still doing it years later, but also, this is my way to throw it at them. At least the bullies in my day had the decency to do it to my face. They weren't fucking cowards hiding behind a mic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Damn you! Damn you! Why would you tease me like that? That's like a girl sucking on my knob, but not fucking finishing me. Okay, you just teased me.
Is fucking, I'd fucking knock them out, dude. I'd fucking take their PS4.
You're like, yo, guess what, motherfucker? Snatch and run. Because the truth is, this is the thing I laugh at, okay? Like, I'm I'm half white, half Native American, okay? But I was raised in like Toronto, so I get this a lot of times from people. They're like, oh, there's no way, you guys can be hard in Canada. Aren't you guys supposed to be all polite and shit? I'm like, yeah, we're polite, even when we're whooping your ass.
Assumptuous fucking retard.
I know, this is what I tell them all the time. Yeah, you're right, we are polite. Also, in fact, we're also very polite when we're whooping your ass. Oh, I'm sorry, maybe you should have kept your mouth shut. Whack, 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 whack. It's almost what I tell people like that. It's like, fuck, they think that because we're Canadian, they think because... No, it's actually kind of true. I mean, we're kind of raised in a society where if you don't apologize when you're wrong, you're not a fucking man. Okay, and if you're
that's actually the way it should be.
Yeah, and if you're not polite to people unless they've given you a good reason not to be, then you're just a dick. And no Canadian girl wants a dickish man-child. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So unless you want to stay a virgin your entire... And this is why people don't realize why my Canadian guys are like this, because it's actually Canadian women. They're extremely aggressive. You ever met any?
Canadian women?
Yeah. They're very fucking aggressive. People don't realize what I mean by that. Like, if they want something, you don't get no for an answer. It's hard to explain. Like, you think American women are fucking...
Yeah, I'm still getting login failures constantly.
And the only way I can explain is like this. You know how, like, with an American girl... Here. Hold on, I just wanted to explain this to you really quick.
Status and...
I know how to explain it perfectly. You know with an American girl, okay, if you admit you were wrong, you apologize, you'll never hear the end of it for the rest of your life. No? What changed?
Well, I wasn't listening.
Oh, you ever heard that term? You know, with an American girl. Okay, if you apologize to her, you'll never hear the rest of it for the end of your life.
Yeah.
Okay, Canadian girls is the opposite. If she knows you fucked up and you don't admit to it, she might not say anything, but she will. That'll be in the back of her head for the rest of your life. And you'll have a grudgeful girlfriend, and that's never good. So like that's what I mean by it. The only way I can explain is this: we are kind of like that, but the only way it's weird. It's like, but if you also let guys push you around, if you also, you know, you got to be polite, but you don't let people push you around, because then again, girls just think you're a pussy. Like, it's weird to explain. It's just the only reason Canadian guys are like that is the way most cultures are like that. That's what's attractive to the females.
Dude, I don't even give a fuck about all that shit anymore. I'm gonna be me. I don't have to be with a girl. I don't have to be. I'm nice, man. I'm a pretty fucking nice guy.
I can tell. I can tell that.
I don't put up with no shit.
I was just giving an example of why people do it. I mean, it boils down to an instinct, but I just more meant guys like tightening them.
Every single fucking, well, not every single, but 99.9% of people nowadays are fucking sheep to everything.
Yep, and do you know how tight? And this is the truth, and I've always laughed at this. Do you know how Vuzin and Titan keep appearing on this planet? People like them, because the world isn't completely perfect. I can tell you how. Because the world, exactly what I explained about females and breeding. You're gonna laugh at this, because the world isn't completely perfect. Okay, and there will always be weak women who will open their legs for weak assholes like them, and thus they procreate, and thus we get more weak idiots.
Yep, I'm in my private group right now.
So in the end, the only way another Titan ever appears, or another Vuzin appears, is because some girl was abused badly enough that they actually think their bullshit is normal. You get it now? So it's like if they treat people like that, I can only imagine how they treat their girlfriends. And if they even have a wife or a girlfriend, she's probably either mentally or physically abused daily. And people turn around and ask me, why do I make this call on fucking Titan so quick? Because the motherfucker keeps pulling false valor on me, right? You know what I want to drop it with? Do you know anything about military, by chance?
Yeah.
Okay, do you know what the Canadian Special Operations Regiment is?
I've heard of it, but I don't know. I mean, I'm American, man.
I was a designated marksman infiltration specialist for them. If I don't know how to fucking profile someone, what do I... Oh my god, you hear what I'm saying?
What good are you?
So it's like, I'm almost trying to explain to people, if they don't believe me on Titan on this, what he's calling on me is false valor, but the biggest proof that I have against this guy, that I'm not, because I was Special Forces, I can't talk about what I did. Plain and simple. Every time people ask me shit to prove it, I go, I'm not... I always hit this wall. That's why people pull false valor on me, because I got this fucking high-pitched voice, and I'm an overly nice person. They think that therefore I wasn't a soldier. And on top of that, they ask me for my serial number, all that fucking crap, and I'm like, I'm not obligated to answer your questions. Where's your rank or authority? I know, they don't get it. And they're like, but they're like, Navy SEALs can answer that shit. And I'm like, when did I say I was a fucking Navy SEAL?
See, the thing is, too, even if you're not still enlisted or in any kind of reserves either, if you've got told on or someone found out you did say certain things, you can still get pulled right the fuck in and go to fucking...
Oh man! You know what, I gave up my forward operational base, or where it was, 5 years, right there. So it's like they're asking me, where did you serve and all that shit? I'm like, I was Cobalt, Northern Afghanistan, Hyena Road. And they're like, I don't know what the fuck that is. Well, not my problem. Well, you should know what that means, I guess, right?
I don't understand people,
Oh, Cobalt is a designation. Do you know what Cobalt is by chance, though? Because that's the piece I give people where they don't even realize. It's like, fuck, look it up. But then they ask me, what's Cobalt? Oh, this is the weird thing. You're going to ask me what it is, and I'm going to say, I'm not obligated to answer that question. But if you look it up, you can find it.
No,
you don't go, huh?
No.
No, I'm actually not.
I've heard of it.
It means behind enemy lines. Obligated to not answer doesn't mean I can't answer. So that's the reason why it's all hush-hush. And all I want to tell Vuzin and them is, you want to play games with me, guys. Really, you want to play games with me? Like, have you ever seen the movie Predators? Now, I'm the nice version of this guy, because I'm not a serial killer. I was ex-military. I did it for my country, not for some fucking pleasure. But if you've seen the new movie Predators, you know the guy that was played by, who was in fucking Venom? He played the, like, kind of nerdy-looking dude, but in the end they found out he was a predator just like everybody else. That's why those fucking guys brought him there. Well, that's me. That's what I was trained to... There you go. That's until you piss me off. And then what happens, Anima? All of a sudden I'm... Oh, yeah? You want to fuck with me, buddy? My voice drops like a few octaves, right? This whole thing I do, where I'm like, hey guys, how you doing? That's a positive attitude they trained me to be in. I've been trained in it so fucking much that I don't know how to break it. But I also am kind of a positive person, so they played to that. You see, they take your character traits, and what they do is they enhance it so that it's even easier for us to blend in. Now think about this, okay? Now a Canadian goes over to Afghanistan with a fucking with a backpack on, okay, baseball hat, and goes, oh, how you guys doing today? You know, I'm just here to turn around and explore your culture a little bit. Click, click with a camera. Hey, want to take a photo with me? Click, click with a camera, and then I bring the photos back, and guess what? Oh, there's the ace of spades. Oh, there, you know, these guys right here, we just watched them walk into a building. You get it now, guys? It's that's the mistake. I almost want to throw down Titan in his face. Keep fucking thinking I'm not military. You are falling. All you're proving to me is how well my military trained me. Because they wouldn't want you to think I am. They wouldn't. We're the Canadian military. We're the fucking definition of cloak and dagger. Like, and everyone goes, huh, what do I mean by that? Well, fuck, nobody knows what we do. Nobody ever hears about the Canadian military. To the point where they think we don't exist. And all I can say to them is, exactly, there you go, that's the joke that I crack. Okay, I tried to look up the definition of ninja at the encyclopedia. And you know what I found?
Well, one of the funniest parts about it is, too, is you're usually over there with everybody else.
Exactly.
But nobody really
credit.
Hears about it.
Exactly.
No credit.
Because we don't need it. We get credit from the fact that we know what we're doing. We know how much damage we're causing. It's best that people don't know. Dude, you know, Titan kicked me from my... This is the most America bullshit I've ever gone through. I'm not knocking on Americans, just ignorant-ass motherfuckers like him who just think America is the greatest.
I despise them.
You know what I mean? Like, they just think they're the greatest fucking country on the planet, and there's no way in hell that a Canadian marksman could be better than an American. I got booted because I told him that I have severe PTSD from 225 confirmed kills. And do you know what he booted me for? For saying that because I have more confirmed kills than Chris Kyle, therefore I'm committing false valor. I'm a marksman who served behind enemy lines for the Canadian Special Forces on Hyena Road. I'm not a sniper. So I got a little bit more up close and personal. Also, designated marksman means you point me at a target and I go and get him. Designate target. Marksman takes him down. Designated marksman. People don't realize it's a military way of explaining assassin. I'm not like when you said ninja, you were like, yeah, you know, you look at my Facebook bio and I put right on it, I'm a modern day ninja. People always ask, what do I mean by that? I'm not obligated to answer. It's that's ninjutsu, guys. They weren't assassins, they were spies. They did that every once in a while. It's like they were guys who you least expected to be what they were until it was too late. So I've built a ship just for Titan. He can keep thinking. Do you want to know the real reason why Titan don't like me? You want to know, Mo? You want to know the real reason why he doesn't like me? Hold on, Adam, I want to tell him this. Because I took his shields down and knocked his power plant offline. I'm the first person to do that to his... The cutters are extremely powerful, they really are. No, I knocked his shields offline, took him down to 20%, took his power plant down, and he fucking logged out. He combat logged. And then you know what he goes and he tells DS, like Red Sun, the reason why I couldn't join, why Boozin and all them won't let me in, and why I'm tired of losing shit. Because Titan went around telling him I commit to false valor and I combat log. I'm just going to bring a bad name to the clan. So I said, really? He's the one that combat logs on me every time I whoop his ass. The only time I ever combat logged on Titan was when I was in my Fertile Lance with low shields and he jumped me with a fucking Corvette in his cutter. So I went, no, fuck you, buddy. You're not getting me like that after how many times you've combat logged on me. So what I decided to do is I posted on
that's
Facebook.
Not even, that's nowhere near false valor. That's fucking...
That's just
you
knowing.
got surprised.
No, you know what it is? No. This is my issue with the guy. He doesn't even look at the way that I am. When I see a battle I can't win, I escape. I high wake. But you know how I got him that day? I sat outside that Haz-Res for 20 minutes, going in, going out, going in, going out. Drog coming in and silent running, coming out and silent running. Watched him fight an Anaconda, and then counted up his shield cell banks. Max you can have for a cutter, unless he wants to burn his entire fucking thing out with thermal load, is about 5 charges. So I counted them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He took on an elite Anaconda, and his shields are at 2 rings. I told my buddy Macau, who's an ex-Marine, let's go in. He took his Diamondback with a silent running build, and I took a Fertile Lance with a fucking overpowered shield build. He just sat behind him with cannons, just dumping into his power plant after I took his shields down.
That would
Okay,
have been so fucking awesome to see.
and that's why Titan logged. And then 2 weeks later, I have a video of this. This cocksucker wanted to go around and talk shit. I kept this video just in case. He's already got me kicked out of another clan, RSB, like not RSB, DSA. And then went and told them that I got kicked out for combat logging. So I said, really? I posted a video on Facebook of when I was in DSA. Okay, when they jumped my clan, when Titan jumped my clan leader and killed him while he was in a Cobra. And I came out in my Anaconda with fucking Magnus the Red in his Corvette, and we crushed fucking Stop Man, the piece of shit in the Corvette who jumped me with him that day. And then we turned around and succeeded to go to Titan, and once he noticed that he'd lost his Corvette buddy, and it was 2 Anacondas and a Corvette on him, he combat logged. I got the fucking video of it, and they can say, he says before he saved and exited. Okay, the first time I fought him, there was time for him to do that, and that's not considered a cheap move. It's running away either way, but it's not punishable by a beat. I mean, it's not punishable by Frontier. I have a video of him straight up watching his shield, like watching his power, you know, his shields and everything, the weapons cut off for about 2 seconds and then him disappear. That's the only thing that can be is a combat log. Okay, so the moment the guy can't win, he logs. And the thing that bugs me the most about him is... Hold on, this was the last part I want to tell you, Mo. Remember how I said all of this started over a fight with... Wait till he's done.
You can't launch.
Okay, so this is the thing that trips me out the most, though. Do you know how all this started with him and me? Because he killed my... The whole reason it started me in Titan was because he killed my buddy in a Cobra for no reason, other than just to crush a new player. That's why I took him down in Fertilance that day.
Pieces of shits like that ruin games.
Me and Macau went after him because of that.
I had the same thing happen to me. I was in a pretty big clan on Xbox, and that shit happened to me.
Yes, and now
it just so happened the leader of my clan knew the leader of the other clan, and he said, look, your guy did this, blah, 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 blah. No, I'm gonna fucking kill you, or you're gonna make your fucking buddy help my buddy out. And he had to go, I had like fucking 12 or so million in the beginning of the game on me, and he made him go out with me and earn all my money back and my buyback.
Oh, that's good at least. That's cool. So that's...
I launched.
That's pretty much what happened, if that's the best way to put it, is that we were the one, since Titan didn't want to do that, we were the ones sent after him from DSA, me and Macau. Okay, and we got him. We took his power plant out because they all know I'm military trained. They've all seen me fucking they've all seen how many times I've taken down a big ship all by myself. And I've told them it's because I wait for the moment. I wait for that right moment where I wait. It's hard to explain. I used to use it when I was hunting as a kid. Like, remember I told you I'm half white, half Native American? I call it the predator instinct. People turn around and say, what do I mean by that? Well, you can almost just feel when it's the right time to pounce, when it's the right time to make your killer move. Does that make sense, I guess? Or...
Yeah, I'm Native American too, so I get it.
Okay. You totally get what I mean by that. It's almost like, that's why they use me, because I'm really good at doing that. Okay, and then Titan has this overpowered ship. You know what they booted me for? By saying I wasn't good enough, or that my ship wasn't powerful enough to stay in DSA. To reapply again later. But I'm like, but didn't I just save you guys from him? So why did they really kick me? Because Titan threatened, I found out after from Magnus, the guy who was with me, because he didn't give a shit. Titan can come after him all he wants. He threatened to kill anyone who flies with me or associates with me if they didn't boot me. Like, he would just shoot us on sight if they were in a wing with me. So that's why they booted me. They were scared of him. I'm like, oh my god, it's just a fucking game. You know what I already told people? You give me my time, you give me my day, okay? You give me fucking 8 people in a party, 2 wings. We'll crush that Titan. That's all I need. Okay, I just need a wing of 4 big ships and a wing of 4 fucking Fertilances. Like, pretty much what I want to do is 2 assault ships, 2 fucking Fertilances. Okay, 2 Corvettes, 2 cutters, and just jump them. Show them what it's like to get ganked. And show them what it's like to get surrounded. You know, show them what it's like to be someone who doesn't, like what he does to everybody else. Puts them in a position where they don't know what the fuck's happening to them, and then fucking all of a sudden they're dead. So if I can't do that, you know what I am going to do to him the next time I see him? Because he combat logs, I found out how to kill a cutter in 1.5 seconds to guarantee they can't. He combat logs on me again. I'm going to grab a fucking courier or an eagle from a station, put it into silent running with no shields, and ram him as he's coming out of the dock. I'll die, and what does he get?
He gets fucking stuck.
He gets a murder bounty.
Well, that
Now,
too.
if you get him as his nose is coming out and his ass is still inside, he gets shot by all of the cannons, like all of the huges inside the station, all the huges outside the station, and all of the level 3s that are just sitting inside the dock itself, close range.
Oh, it's an instant death.
Yep. He'll be hit by about like 15 level 4s, 15 from the inside, 15 level 4s from outside, and 4 level 3s from just like directly inside of the chute itself. It's
look, I'm gonna.
Let
me show you this picture of this guy that I fucking I fucking trolled him hard, dude. Hold on. I gotta send you this picture.
Well, I'm just finishing this mission. If it's back online, I'll hop on. I'll show you what I mean.
No, I got into my private.
Oh.
Yep. I try to launch and it fucking logs me out.
I can tell them just to stay out of it.
He's not. No,
oh, okay, no, because KOS
list.
they're literally a bounty hunting group where what they do is if they find your name and it's on a kill on site list and it's actually worth, like, I'll give you an example. Okay, I'm in their group because of this. They noticed me one day with this. Sarah from Spirit has a $10 bounty on him. Okay, Killboy Chris has a $10 bounty on him. I'm not even kidding, actual fucking cash. Okay, and then from my group, the one that I was talking about, KOS, okay, and also fucking RSB, there's a fucking $10 bounty from Titan on Killboy Chris. Okay, and I want to fucking collect it. There you go. I want to collect $10 from Titan for Killboy. Like, I want to get Killboy Chris for 2 reasons. I'll collect $10 from Titan, okay, and I'll get to look at it and be like, fuck you, buddy, you gotta pay me. Huh? I finished your fucking work for you. And then I'll get to collect $10 from my bounty hunting group, KOS. Okay, because they are, like, they link it up for you. If you get the kill, they get you in touch with the person who put out the bounty. So it's like, at that point, I'll collect $10 for the same person twice. It's like a kill warrant scan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And fucking Titan has to pay me. And he also put one out on Mega Turnip, so if I kill Mega Turnip, he's gonna owe me for that one too. I'm literally gonna fuck with this guy and make him pay me. You know what I mean?
Well, he probably won't. But.
Exactly, but I'll show how much of a dishonest piece of shit he is too, though. And then if Vuzendome got something after that, then he's just proven us all right. Like, if he's actually put actual money out on these people, told people that it was there, then he's just a piece of shit. No, you know, don't. You only got 2 things in this world. Stand on at least one of them. People turn around and ask, what do you got? Your life, but that could be lost. Your word, but then that can be stood on until the day you die. It's an old Viking saying, I guess. You don't get to pick how you die, but you do get to pick how you face it.
I'd love to see that guy again. I'd like to. You know what I'm saying? Get me and somebody, one of my good combat buddies. Just sit there and chill, get in with him, and fucking then all of a sudden fucking be, all right, let's go, and fucking just wipe his ass out.
That sounds like a plan.
While he's in the party. Like, yeah, man. So.
Oh, I gotta help my roommate out with something really quick. I'll be back on the mic in like 2 minutes. He just asked me for help or something.
Any luck yet there, Anima? Anima. I called you Anima accidentally. It'd be nice if it'd fucking work out. There's another one too that I wanted to fucking. Let me see. Where's my block list? I forget where you look at your blocked players. Do you remember? Account management? It happens. It was an accident. I wish I could remember. There's a way to fucking remove people from your block list. I know for a fact there is. Yeah, I just can't remember where. Like, huh. Damn. That's crazy. God, I'm gonna. Fuck. I'm gonna figure this out. Ooh, high contrast? That kind of looks nice. You ever turned on high contrast and accessibilities? It's like a really solid, it like makes all the colors look pretty damn solid. I'm gonna try it in game, for like in game, see what happens. But listen. Error history. Dude, I'm 100% positive, bro. I'm telling you, there is a blocked players. There it is. You go to friends, your friends list, right? Go to friends, press the options button, and it click blocked players, and there's your whole list of blocked players right there. Something happened.
My bad. Is Elite back up or is it still down? My name that's option. Yeah, so that's definitely something in the code that they are having problems with. Proof of how broken 2.4 really is. I think it might have something to do with the fact that so many players went out to Colonia that they're just not used to having that server like that active.
Well, let's play some Fortnite.
Why not? I'll jump back on.
We can play whatever, man. I don't care. I got fucked on the games. But
I got Battlefield.
I have blocked.
You got Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 1 and all that? Oh, but go ahead though.
Battlefield 1's alright.
I've got the whole shebang, Hardline 4 and 1.
I have Hardline, yeah. That game on there. But I was unblocking people from my blocks list, like some of these people I ain't seen in a long. I was gonna go through and unblock them all, but when I tried to unblock this, this says cannot connect to the server. It has been accessed too frequently by you, so access is being restricted. Please try again later. I really don't care. I was just gonna do it because I wanted to. But for shooting games, let's see. Oh my, Warframe's okay. Man, this make it easier. Hold on. Fortnite's alright. It's just extremely repetitive.
Yep. But I guess you could say no less than games like Battlefield.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like that one actually. It's like Rainbow Six Siege. I thought the game wasn't going to be that good and there'd be a lot of coding problems, but then I forgot. No, I mean, we never really had that many coding problems in training simulators they have today. So, not like actual like VR helmets and shit like that. It's like more like they take like 4 projection screens and they project the image onto the projection screens. So they had always pretty good performance and 0 input lag. So that's why I was like, fuck it, might as well try the game out. They might have actually made a good one. The only reason that game was even created was because they had so many nerds on the design teams for the simulations and all that shit that they were like, we want to make our own game. Went to the US Army and they said, fuck, well, you work for us already and it's not like it's not good for promotion.
They used to have an America's Army back in the day that was fucking lit.
I know, it's not the first time the fucking American Army made a video game. I find it funny.
Oh, I know.
They're training a future generation of soldiers, one deathmatch at a time.
Yeah. It's a proven It's a proven fact, and it is proven that kids that play shooter games a lot, like legitly, you know, not just fucking retard shit, and they're not afraid of guns and they're not bitches. They are more efficient with weapons.
That's hilarious.
It's true.
No, it makes sense though. It makes total sense. I've always been saying that.
99, well, not 99% of the time, but NHL 16.
He just assumes because I'm Canadian that I have an NHL game. I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you.
It was in your list.
No, me? Yeah, I know. I got it with my PlayStation whenever it first came out. Played it about 3 or 4 times. Got bored of that shit because I hate fucking hockey games. I gave it to my dad. Only because my dad used to be a big
Play
Nazi on video games until he got given a PS4 by my brother for Christmas. And he now plays it as much as I do. So I can turn around and tell him, so now you see why I play so many video games, don't you? And he's like, you know what? Actually, yep, I do. You can drive at 300, like he plays Need for Speed, so he likes going like fucking, like, you know, like 300 kilometers an hour, and he does this a lot, I'm not even kidding. He's like, I told him, you're literally what we call a fuck-around gamer, Dad, you just don't realize it. You're literally in a classified section. He takes his car, he mods it up, he soups it as far as he can, okay, and then he fucking tries to ram whatever the fuck he can with it for shits and giggles. Like he'll just run into a brick wall, and I'll ask my dad, why are you doing that? And he's like, because I could never do this shit in real life. Like, but now you get why we play video games.
A lot of people don't understand it because they either, one, don't want to learn anything new, or two, they just, well, it's kind of the same category, but they just never been exposed to it. They don't know.
Yeah, he's in the middle. You see, my dad's one of those odd people that's in the middle. It's that he just never found the time to do it. Like, he played N64 and all that with me, but the graphics weren't enough to drag him in back then. But it's like, best I can explain
Are
it.
you in a game right now?
He's a mix of the two. You actually just hit, I'm playing Infamous. He's actually a mix of the two, my dad. He's that person who was ignorant towards it, knew nothing about it, and therefore just knocked on it. But really, it was only just because he had no knowledge of it. Once he got knowledge of it, he was instantly like, oh shit, now I get it. You get a massive amount of interaction, and it's like, yeah, you know, why do you think fucking grandma bought me a Nintendo when I was younger? She noticed it was one easy way to keep me quiet.
Oh man, I won't even start on Infinity Warfare.
I hate that game. I hate it.
A lot of people do.
Passion. If I wanted to play fucking Halo Reach, I would download a piece of shit game called Halo Reach.
That game was garbage.
Actually, no, I kind of liked it. I was one of those weird people that actually thought it was awesome. But again, if I wanted to play Halo Reach, I would download Halo Reach.
I hated Halo Reach.
I don't know why people didn't like it. I thought it was pretty awesome how you could actually, like, how they finally touched the storyline of it all. Like what happened to the Spartans, where they went, why Master Chief is the last one.
I didn't even play the storyline or go into it at all. I just hated the sheer mechanics of it, period.
No, Frontier, what are you doing?
It's probably you're probably gonna sit there and try it forever, ain't you? Just over and over and over.
That is what makes Anima relentless. Okay, that is why I say that deep behind, okay, that calm, quiet tone is a fearless warrior. Okay, because he is unrelentless. Okay, if he wants to get something done, he gets it fucking done. Do you have any times in this game, okay? Because I started off, like, ahead of him. He's, like, telling me now sometimes things that I didn't know about the game. And I'm like, this fucking guy's relentless, man. If he wants to know something about the game, he will find out like I do. He don't need no help. He'll go searching online till he finds it.
Have you ever played Sniper Ghost Warrior 3 yet?
Yep. I know. You just read the fucking things. It tells you where it sees. I know if you actually... I never noticed that. A lot of the things it says, like how you look in boom state systems and all that shit for this stuff, it actually tells you it in the list when you look at the materials. So I get what you're saying. I know exactly how you know all of that shit. I'm amazed at how much you've learned in a short period of time. Like, people laugh at my unrelentless nature of absorbing information, and, you know, Anima's the quiet one, but trust me, he ain't the weak one.
Battlefield Hardline. Oh my god, that game is fucking bringing back some memories.
You know what was my favorite of that? Loading fucking C4 on the car and just riding around town to my Jeep stuff, taking out clouds of my Jeep stuff, and then finding a target, you know, just perfectly in that spot, in that zone to ram them, and just jump out of the car real quick and go, Hello Akbar!
I like waiting by the road. I'll snipe somewhere and wait by the road or something.
Dude,
fucking.
I have this YouTube video I posted. Dude, I have this YouTube video I posted. Okay, I'm not even kidding. I got so many fucking views and likes for this because I put C4. I walked up and I was doing like an Islamic accent. I kind of joke because I actually know Sanskrit from being in Afghanistan. So like I'm walking up and I'm like, oh, Hashifti, Hassan. I start throwing C4 down the road, and I walk up by the tree and I hide. Okay, and all of a sudden this guy comes by the road. I'm like, hala ha 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 hala ha 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 ha. Oh, kaboom! He goes right by. I wait till he turns around, goes over the fucking explosion, goes over the fucking C4 waiting on the ground, just blow him right the fuck up, run out the middle of the street, all. Just shooting my fucking weapon off in the sky, teabag in his car. Okay, and the funniest thing is, 3 of the people who commented, okay, on it were Islamic, and they thought it was funny as fuck. Okay, so you know that you are damn good at cultural comedy when you can make fun of a culture and even they think it's funny. Okay, I don't care what anyone says. Oh, it's the joke of being Canadian. We crack cultural humor with each other all the time. It's like, you still there, Mel, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay, it's like we're like a weird culture. People find us funny for this. In fact, some people can be mistaken. Sometimes our jokes can be mistaken or misinterpreted because people don't take it with a grain of fucking sand like we do. People go, what do we mean by that? Well, unless the person's actually being directly insulting. Like, I'm Native American, so unless a white guy actually walked up to me and goes, fuck you, squaw, you know, I'm not going to take it so offensively if he was to use the word. If he was to actually look at me and just be like, yo, what up? You know, if he was to just say it like that as a joke because I'm Native, we wouldn't get so butthurt. Same as like I could walk up to my white friend and just be like, hey, what's up, cracker? How you doing today? Do you mind if I dip you in my soup real quick? It always tastes good with saltines. Like I do that to my buddy fucking Simon all the time.
That's how it is in Alaska, bro. We had a white friend. His name was Cracker. We had a Mexican friend. His name was Beaner. It's just the way it was, man.
You know, I swear to God, it's like my roommate. He's Haitian. Okay, so you know what that, like, you know, like they're like a mix pretty much, like they're half white, half black. No, not Asian, Haitian, Haiti, right off the coast, Caribbean, and it's actually. But hold on, I just want. Why? Damn. That's cold, but funny. That's cold but funny because it could be true. Asian even do all kind of right because Asian no, it's hard to explain because no, actually I live around a lot of Asian people like where I am, and I don't mean to like poke up my own culture or anything, but you know how like natives get really butthurt when people say we look like give you an example. White person walks up to us and goes konnichiwa or some shit like that, and we get all butthurt because they thought we were Asian. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just using an example, okay? A lot of times, I have to kind of, like, comment on it like this, I guess. But we do look Asian. And my friends are like, what do you mean?
I've been told I look Mexican. I've been told I look Asian.
Are you playing good or evil?
I've been told I look Cuban. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Holy crap, people are actually watching my broadcast. Oh, my God. Sorry, guys, I was talking with my friends because I didn't think anyone was actually watching. I'll go look at the messages and see what you guys put because I have it set to where it tells me what it is. The stream will cut out for a few seconds, guys. I just have to turn around and switch it so I can see what you guys actually sent me. Because I got ADHD. I was actually only broadcasting this show for in the game, but if there's people watching, I mean, I'll do the same thing. I'll show them what the game's all about. Like, I'm actually pretty good at it, ironically. Just, I want to get this done so they're not sitting here hearing me yak. But you know what's funny? A lot of times when I do broadcasting, I notice people join just because of what I'm talking about, I guess. Not like I'm talking about bad stuff, you know. This is actually the stuff people should get out there and start talking about. Like, as people, we are all one culture. Like, the quicker we learn to talk to each other like that, you know what I mean, I guess? Yes, diversity is key not only to combat, but to victory. You're right. Oh, I'm playing good. Give me 2 seconds.
Weird, I've never heard of that before. I'm kind of fucked up.
Oh yeah, Mo. I muted him for this one really quick. Anima has mild autism, so sometimes he says things to others that just doesn't... It sounds weird, but it's because he's not the best at communicating because of that. You know what I mean, I guess?
Yeah.
When I tell people about this, I always mute him because of the simple concept of I don't want him feeling insecure about what I'm saying. Does that make sense? So it's like he just, when he says stuff like that, it's because he's mildly autistic. He's not the best at communicating. It's like I got dyslexia with ADHD, so I totally get how he feels. No, it's because one of my friends, someone picked on him once for it, and I got really, like, I know you're not like that, but you know what I mean. Like he's faced some pretty harsh words online for like the fact that he's a little bit socially awkward.
Who they are? Nah, man, I've went through a lot of trouble in my days protecting people.
Really? If I do evil, Tiffany just told me, I didn't know about this. Someone actually just joined my thing and gave me a really cool piece of information. If you do the evil line on this, you kill the final boss by doing the orbital drop, which is like this smoke power where you pretty much convert into smoke, fly up really high into the air, and come down like a fucking nuke.
Yeah, I've seen it. But no, man, I'm like I tried telling you, dude, I'm one of the nicest guys on the fucking planet.
Yeah, it is. It's that...
tolerate bullshit.
I'm oddly, you know what it is? People make this mistake with me a lot of the time. I'm overly polite. You notice how I'm like, I got really good manners and I'm polite and all that, I guess?
I guess.
Well, that's why everyone tends to assume I'm weak or some shit like that. I really don't know what it is. It's like, I get the opposite of what people think of you. Like, you know what I mean? Like how a lot of people assume because of the way you are first year. Like, I'm not trying to call you this, but you get what I'm saying? It's like my buddy Brisk, okay? People instantly assume he's an asshole for his harsh tones when the guy's actually got one hell of a big heart. You just got to look past all of that. And people go, huh? What do I mean by that? Well, I know a lot of Americans like that. In fact, you and Brisk make a stereotype as far as I'm concerned. You're going to ask, what do I mean by this? I know that not every time when an American is a little bit harsh is he therefore a dick. He could just be a slight asshole, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have a heart. You'll come across a lot of guys in the U.S. like that, from my opinion of it. That they only come off like that only because that's just how in their society you don't look like a little bitch. But anyone that is strong, anyone that is powerful, anyone who can fight, anyone who's worth their weight, you know, in any kind of a battle, has a heart. And people go, what do I mean by that? Well, they say the strongest men are those with the strongest hearts. You know, those who care. It's like people forget that I care about doing the right thing. You hear what I mean, I guess? So that's the mistake they make when they push me too far. They forget that I care a lot. And when you have a lot of caring towards things, once you don't care, you hear what I mean? I know it sounds weird to explain, I guess, but it's like that's what I've always had to tell a lot of people. I could be your best friend or your worst nightmare. And people ask, what do I mean by that? Because I care a lot, so if I don't like you, trust me, I'm gonna care a lot about fucking with you. It's you're either my friend and I care a lot about what's gonna happen to you, or you're my enemy and I don't care what happens to you, or you're an asshole to me and I don't care what happens to you. I'm more just saying, I totally get what you mean. You're like my polar opposite, if that makes sense. I've met a lot of guys like that. Like, I'm polite, but I'm quite the asshole if you push me too far. I guess you could say my politeness is the mask that I block my bluntness with. Does that make sense, I guess? If I was to speak my mind 24/7, I'd sound a lot like you. It's just put it like that, I guess. If I could make a power for the next game, what would it be? And how would it play? Well, they have so far not really diversified themselves in any way as far as powers go in this game. And then people would ask, what do I mean? Well, smoke is at best fire. Just with the ability to go through walls and shit. I mean, let's look at this for a second. Infamous 1. Okay, people were complaining that, yeah, you can throw electricity, but can you move like electricity? What's the point in being a conduit of electricity if you can't move like it? But what am I doing right now? Electricity is light, and I'm moving like it. So, I'm just answering the question if you guys are wondering, the people in the broadcast. So pretty much, what could they do? What power would I pick for the next game? Something different. I mean, I like their whole concept of taking like a conduit that can absorb other conduits' powers, and that's his ability, you know, like Rose, that he can take the powers of others. But that's really just, hold on, Anima, as I'm answering a comment, but really, in the end, that's just copying Heroes. That's just taking the guy from Heroes whose brother could fly, you know, and giving him the ability to absorb powers. So, radiation. I'd want to see someone who could actually wield radiation. Why? Because if you could actually absorb radiation or wield radiation, everyone would just instantly think nuke, and it'd be so much more than that. It'd be gravity. It'd be control. I'm trying to think how to explain it.
You could create so much radiation, matter itself around you wouldn't even... Matter itself would have to abide by your rules.
There you go. You could create so much radiation, you just hit it, that matter would therefore have to abide by your rules. And then you would, you know, make whatever you want. So I guess you could say energy. That's the next ability I want to see in this. Just a straight, raw energy. You know, and how would it play out? That energy can change in many different ways. You know, like I want, like kind of like E equals MC squared applied into a power. Yeah, that's what I mean. How would it play? Like E equals MC squared applied into a power, if that makes sense. Like, you know, like you can throw electricity out of his hand? Like I'm doing right now? I guess for radiation, he would throw like a shock pulse, like a photon pulse or a microwave blast. You know what I mean? How would that apply? Yeah, hold on. I just want to finish this one thing. Now, how would the microwave blast power apply? Evil. You overheat the you overheat the guy and you fry him from the inside out. You know what I mean? You kill him by frying him with microwaves. Or, good, you use a low energy, high frequency microwave pulse that actually would just heat them up, and you know, like, it's hard to explain. It would be like the actual microwave cannons that the army has created. Ironically, if you put them at low power, all it does is cause like heat underneath the skin, slight irritation, slight pain, disorientates the person. It's at best if used like that as crowd control. But run it up a few megajoules and they start cooking like a piece of meat in a microwave. So that's how it could apply literally to good and evil. If it was used as a good power, it'd be more for like microwaves for disabling. I mean, ironically, microwave radiation would be a way to play around with it, I guess, in that sense. Either that, because I was thinking of another one before I said radiation. I'm just trying to remember what it was, because that would actually be better. It's one I've thought about in this game for a long time. I just couldn't remember what it was. No, it's like oh, space fog. You mean like a nebula?
Yeah, it'd be nice if you could go through it.
There we go. Diamonds or crystals. Like a crystal power. There we go. That's the one I was thinking of. Where you could literally, like, produce crystals. And then where would you get your energy for that? You would just need silica. Any piece of glass around you. You could absorb it. Yeah. Yeah, there you go, like a backup power. Like he starts off with radiation, but then eventually learns how to use the radiation to manipulate matter in front of him and, you know, like generate crystals. Like how I was just explaining before, you would eventually learn to create enough radiation to manipulate matter. So yeah, you just hit it like a secondary power, like a power you get after.
You remember that? Oh, I was trying to say, you remember that guy at the end of the Hulk movie?
Yeah, the guy at the end of
everything
which...
he touched. The first
Everything he
one,
touched,
I
he
believe it was.
became?
Everything he touched, he became. No matter what it was.
That would be a cool power. It would be cool to have the ability to become whatever you touch, but there's a simple issue with that. I know it sounds stupid to say this, but it's just the truth. Coding. It'd be impossible to code that. You know what I mean?
Oh, it would be. It'd be like a 50 fucking year project.
No, maybe it might not be. It might not be that hard to do. Technically, if they were to create a texture pack connection between the character and the things around them, and you just kind of look right around. Oh, now she's asking what would be the karma bomb for radiation and crystal. Well, obviously, isn't it obvious what radiation would be? Come on. For good, you give off a microwave pulse that disorientates and takes out every single person around you. Like literally, like you know how like you can subdue them? Like for good, karma bomb for radiation would be like a nullify, like a human version of an EMP, I guess. No. I mean like just literally like a human version of an EMP, a microwave pulse that knocks them out, like literally subdues them, puts them into a subdued state, and then as an evil. Well, it's pretty obvious. Instead of producing microwaves, no. For the evil one, come on. Kaboom. You literally go off like a fucking nuke. You produce a mini mushroom cloud. And then now, not enough radiation, because if you produce that much radiation, there'd be a problem with that, because if you made a nuke, a big one, okay, then you would take out the population of the people around you, and then how would they continue to play? How would you play the game in a populated area that's open world if you just nuked the city? You know what I'm saying, I guess? So what I'm saying is more a mini mushroom cloud, a mini nuke, that he would literally just take his hands. The karma bomb is he'd clap his hands together, okay? And the nuke would go off. And it's more a mini nuke that's no bigger than the size of his hands, but the pressure wave produced by that would just obliterate everything around him. You know what I mean? Like you like blow out, like pretty much like people explode, shit like that. Shockwave so powerful it rips them apart, and that'd be the evil version of it. Or he takes his hands, claps, and produces a fucking, you know, a small nuke that pretty much only produces microwaves. And then for crystal, I guess, he shoots out a bunch of crystal shards that pretty much coats the targets in crystal, and then shatters them. Third power I was already thinking of, ironically. You hit it on the dot because of the crystal. Like I was thinking evolution. You know, eventually radiation would give you the ability to manipulate crystals. And then it would progress after into what he was talking about, if they could code it. You would learn to just replicate the matter of everything around you. So, like, touch metal, become metal, if that makes sense. But that would be a problem, though, because that would mean now individual powers, depending on whether you grab stones, all that shit, and there's where that coding problem's going to come in again. So I guess diamond, that'd be the evolution after crystal.
Well, they could just do it basic. They could have the world generated, and they could have, like, okay, stone, metal, glass.
But not really diamond.
You know what I mean? They'd like have just like a few groups of something you could change into and have a few specific powers based on what you became. That wouldn't be too hard to do.
Yeah, you're right that like when you touch the metal, you have like 4 skills from that. You touch the stones, you get like 4 skills you can use now, like something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, lasers. There we go. Like straight up light energy. That would, I'd say that would be the third one. Just straight up light. Now, I know that seems very similar to neon, but not really, because neon is actually more the transference of electricity through the air. It's how, like, it's like, you know, like neon bulbs work, right? Electricity passes through the gas, and that's what creates the glow, pretty much. Well, he's
Depends
converting
on what gas it is.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. No, so that's why when he's running like this, you see all these different fucking colors, because there's all these different types of gas, if that makes sense. Gold for the third power? That'd be pretty... Yeah, because gold is really fucking heavy and very easy to warp. Gold makes a lot of sense.
Apart easily.
Yeah, you're right. Gold can be ripped apart very easily. That's the problem with it. Yeah, but that means that technically it's also able to pull itself back together, so sentient gold would be indestructible in a way. You'd be like fucking T-1000 from fucking, what's it called? Yeah, you know, gold could work, but it would have to be, gold would be a good power, but it'd have to be liquid gold. Like, you'd have to be always in a liquid state for it to be viable. Like,
magnetic.
Yeah, like T-1000. Magnetic, there we go, because if the magnetic power would allow you to do that. But I get what she means by gold, though. But you'd have to be like a solid, you'd have to be a liquid gold, not a solid, because liquid gold wouldn't lose its consistency. You would actually have stronger integrity, in a way. Ah, crap. Biting off more than I can chew here because I'm thinking about the powers, not noticing what I was actually doing.
Well, there's like a new magnesium-based alloy, though, that's coming. It's the lightest metal, but it's the strongest in the world.
I've actually heard about that, ironically. There's supposed to be, it's like a meta-alloy, not like a meta-alloy like really dangerous meta-alloy, but it's a meta-alloy as in it's can only be produced in a laboratory environment. Like you actually need a fucking...
Tungsten would be sweet as fuck too.
Tungstenized steel is powerful, but ironically, you know it's one of the strongest steels? You're gonna laugh at this one. Most people don't actually know this. Okay, so what's the problem with steel? Where does it get most of its loss from degradation? The iron turns to iron oxide, right? But nickel oxide is actually...
Yeah, it oxidizes.
Yeah, nickel oxide is actually stronger than nickel. So stainless steel with a little bit... So you pretty much you take carbon, okay, carbon, iron, nickel, tungsten, and titanium, and you can make one of the strongest metals. It's called literally titanized steel. Well, you know, like armor-piercing rounds, I guess?
Yeah.
That's what they're made out of. That's what they mean by high-density composite. Just most people don't realize you can look that shit up. It's not that hard to find, actually.
Magnesium is bad, too, though, because... I don't know. Magnesium, if that shit fucking catches on fire, dude, you could bury it. And it'll still be burning.
But that's why incendiary rounds are coated in magnesium. Well, phosphorus magnesium coating, actually. But she's got a good point. I mean, because liquid, to be honest, just because the sheer weight of gold, if it was constantly in a liquid state, man, throwing like a ball of liquid gold at someone would be like whipping a really powerful bullet. Especially if he kept it together. And like, you know, like in Naruto, like how you're thinking magnetic pretty much, how he has those black balls that he can send around and do whatever he wants with them, spread them out, fly on them, all that shit. You could do the same thing with gold at that point if it was always in a liquid state. Man, I love how they make you do these spray paints. It's actually kind of trippy.
Osmium. Well, that's...
Hey, Sniper. How you doing?
Is riding hard here?
Riding? No, he, I think he left a little while ago. I can see if he's on, to be honest. Osmium? Who's that?
It's the fucking heaviest.
Oh, I was wondering if you were talking about the band or the... I thought you were talking about like a band name. I knew it was a precious metal. I just thought you meant like a band name or something. No, because actually the first thing I thought of osmium was Elite Dangerous and how it's one of the things you have to find as a resource. And I was like, oh yeah, that fucking dense-ass metal.
Actually,
I thought you meant like a band.
It's denser than gold. It's denser than gold, actually.
Yeah, but that would mean it actually would have... It'd be even more malleable in its pure, in a pure state then. Which would mean liquid...
Still.
Liquid... Is it magnetic?
Yeah, I think so, actually.
That would work. Actually, would work, ironically. That'd be a pretty cool karma bomb for it.
Any of y'all got UFC too?
No. I used to have UFC, like the one that was before that, but my system stopped reading discs, so I had to sell it. And I haven't had a chance to buy it and re-download.
So beautiful. Osmium is magnetic.
How do you spell Ferrari?
Ferr.
F-E-R-R.
Do you know how to spell? Because I got dyslexia, so I'm not the best mo at that stuff. I think it's Ferrari.
ARI.
ARRI. That's what I thought it was.
Indium. The osmium is fucking gorgeous, dude.
My name is Blake Ferrari on here.
Today, fighting in the ring, in this corner, Blake Ferrari! Actually, sounds pretty catchy. Sorry, I had to. You guys want to laugh at this? Have you ever seen Power Rangers, the original, like the very first one? You know the Green Ranger? Like, you know the Green Ranger? Do you know what he does right now, guys, for a living? After Power Rangers?
Oh.
He fights in the UFC. No joke. I'm not kidding. The Green Ranger is an actual martial artist. He's fucking won, like, so far in his career, he's actually got, like, 32 wins, 3 losses. No joke. In fact, his first fight, they made fun of him, even though they told him not to point him out. They called him Tommy the Green Ranger, you know, like all that crap, and he still whooped the guy's ass. Even though, like, they were trying to make fun of him for being a Power Ranger trying to fight in the UFC. It's like, I don't know if they ever noticed, but it took a lot of martial arts skill to do what they were doing in those shows sometimes. They all had to actually beat, like, it's like, you guys ever seen Star Wars The Phantom Menace?
Yeah.
You know that Darth Maul, the guy who played him, is an actual martial artist. That's why he was able to do those moves so well.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You don't know Tron?
No, I've seen Tron Legacy. I did something in the game that made me brain fart and I completely forgot what we were just talking about. ADHD, man. ADHD. I forgot how it applies, even though I was the one talking about the subject. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Rinsler. Okay, the guy who played Rinsler, same thing. I get what you mean now. Yeah, it was to... Well, Rinsler's actually Tron, you know that, right? No, he is. He's Tron. Yes, Rinsler is Tron. There was always signs that he was Tron. He was the best at the games. At the end, he turns around and says Tron protects the user, and then goes after him. He goes from red to blue. That was Tron's color, blue. Tron, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Tron was the only computer program that in the games was blue. All computer programs were red other than Tron. Why? Because Tron fights for the players. Which I've always found that movie pretty cool because, you know, like in Tron Legacy, like the guy who sends him in, like the one who gives him the keys to go down to his, like, to his dad's office and all that, that's the guy who wrote the code for Tron. Yeah, he like, Tron is based off of, you know how, like, what's his name again, the bad one, the one that looks like, the main character's dad. Q, there we go, Q, or Clue, there we go, Clue. Like, where he looks like Clue, Tron actually looks like Michael, like the guy who gave him the keys to get into place. And that's the other reason I knew Rinsler was Tron, because right as he's about to turn around and say he protects the user, it's his voice Even though you can't see his face, his voice, if you go and you play the voice of the guy from the very first Tron, and you listen to the recording of it, it's his voice. And that's what I was trying to tell you. Since Clue was a digital copy of the main character's dad, Tron was a digital copy too. So they never aged. They kept the voices of their original, like, so the voice would give them away just as quickly as looking at them. That's how you know Rinsler's Tron. Sorry, Tiffany, I'm just doing something really quick in my kitchen. I'm making a tea.
Hey, you guys know?
That's crazy.
You guys know Steven Seagal?
Yeah, he's a Aikido black belt. I know.
Well, my grandpa used to drive limo for him.
Lucky motherfucker. And you guys fans of and you guys ever seen the movie? And you guys, and I'm not lying on this one, guys. And you guys ever seen the movie The Crow?
Yeah.
You know the dragon at the end? I saw that thing tested. I saw its very first testing in the fucking special effects studio. Not kidding. It was the special effects for that was done by a guy named Jacques Laplante out of Montreal for Falcor Industries. He's one of my dad's oldest friends. I walked in as a 2-year-old baby and saw that dragon like being tested for the first time in his studio warehouse. He didn't know I was there. So that's the only reason he did it. And you know that hunter's saying of how like they say like a rabbit in a snare sounds like a baby dying pretty much. He turned the lights off, turned on that thing, and I screamed so goddamn loud. He said, "Now he gets why hunters say that." Okay, it's the hilarious story I've ever got for life, okay? Because when I was like 13, 14, I went to go visit Jaco, and like, cause I had to do a hockey tournament in Montreal. So we figured if we're gonna be there all weekend, why pay hundreds of dollars? Like we told Jaco we're gonna be up there. And he said, why pay hundreds of dollars to get cramped in a fucking, like, you know, like a small little hotel room when you could just come stay at my fucking mansion for free? Like, not literally mansion, but he's got a pretty big fucking house, you get what I'm saying? The guy's well off, and while we're there, they're talking about, like, the story of how, you know, like, the dragon and what happened that day, and I just come in and I'm like, you fucking assholes, you know I still have nightmares of this shit? And Jacques was like, what do you mean? He's like, I have fucking nightmares of a 30-foot fire-breathing dragon chasing me all over my fucking room to the point where I couldn't sleep, guys, till I was like fucking 20 years old without a light on because of what happened with that dragon. I'm not kidding. I was diagnosed with fucking noctophobia, an actual fear of the dark. So I'm looking at him all pissed off like, you guys are laughing about this? This is bullshit. And fucking Jacques starts laughing more. I'm like, what the hell is so funny about this? And he's like, 30-foot dragon, go in the garage really quick, go grab one of my prop swords. Okay, and when you're done in the garage, go out in the back shed. Okay, just take a look at what's in there. So I go grab, I literally, like, and he actually has this stuff, guys. In his garage, he's got, like, big-ass fucking blunted claymores, like these arrows that you can light on fire. Okay, but they burn at such a low temperature. Like, he's actually shot me with them. No joke. They burn at such a low temperature, but the tip is very adhesive. So he can shoot you with it, and it literally looks like you were just shot with a fucking arrow, but it's sticking to you. Like, doesn't hurt you, nothing. It's got this, bamboo shaft on the inside of it where the moment it strikes something, the bamboo shaft breaks and then the tip moves backwards along it pretty much, absorbing the impact. They're really kind of cool. So it's like I went through the garage going through all that kind of stuff looking for what I wanted, grabbed a fucking replica of an English longsword, went out to the back of the shed, and guess what was sitting in the fucking shed?
A big cat.
No, the dragon. Okay, but it was smaller than me. It was only maybe like 3 feet tall. No joke. So I cut the fucking thing's head off.
Were you still scared?
No, I cut its head off and I slayed that dragon. I killed my demon that day. To him, it was just an old movie prop. To me, it was, you know, like the center of my nightmares. So I get why he just let me destroy it so quick. But the funny part about this story, though, guys, I can actually tell you what happened to Brennan Lee. And a lot of people don't believe me on this one, but it's kind of funny. You know, there's some reports that he... Well, hold on, I'm going to mute the kids before I talk about this. No offense, you don't need to hear this stuff, guys. You don't need to hear about suicide. I'm just going to put it like that, I guess, okay? Okay, well, you know what happened to Brennan Lee, right? How there was reports that he supposedly killed himself?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, well...
He didn't kill himself.
Yeah, he did. Trust me on this one. Because what I can confirm is this. Jaco on the set touches every single gun that is ever used, and he always, no gun is used unless he double checks the rounds in the chamber. You get what I'm saying? He pulls out the clip of every single gun before they run the set, and I've watched him do this because I've been there, guys, like when he does sets. He did Dukes of Hazzard, no joke. You know, like they did all that with like no CGs. He's one of those companies that doesn't use any computer-generated graphics, so his business kind of went under for a bit until people started complaining about too much CG in movies. So his business came back up. Dukes of Hazzard. And basically what I'm explaining about it was that... Fuck, I gapped out now. What was I talking about? Massive ADHD on that one. And he made sure that every single weapon that was ever used on set, every round was checked by him. The only time ever in a movie that did not happen was when he did The Crow. Why? Because Brendan Lee had his own personal bodyguard. Okay, now, if the bodyguard is there to protect his life and his safety, then who should be the last person to check the gun? And Brendan would not sign the contract to even sign off on it unless his personal bodyguard was allowed to be the last one to check the gun. And Jaco swears to God he checked every single weapon before it was used, including that pistol, and there was only blanks in it. The only other person who touched, but his bodyguard, you have to know the way people like them are, especially like bodyguards from, like he was a South Korean bodyguard who was trained in Taekwondo. I took Taekwondo. Okay? Oddly enough, he would never kill his own master, but he'd follow any orders. It's like seppuku. They're from Hong Kong. Like it's not our culture, it's not our traditions. People they look at it and
seppuku.
Yeah. It's seppuku. It was ritual suicide, if that makes sense, or assisted suicide at best. And his bodyguard would have been within the cultural range of that. Now, we can't judge, guys. That's not our culture. We don't got the right, in a weird way, that's what they do. Maybe not what we do, but that doesn't mean that we get to judge, So, I'm not judging Brendan Lee. I'm just pointing out the facts of what my dad's friend has when he was there to see it. That he swears, on his kid's head, on his friendship with my dad, that there was only blanks in that rifle. The only other person to touch the handgun and the rifles in that set or that scene was fucking his bodyguard. And all of a sudden, a loaded round gets mixed in somehow. And that's why I have to believe it, guys, because Jaco swore up and down, because he had to face a lot of fucking charges over that shit. His business got a lot of hype over it. Why? Because he was the one who touched it. But how he was able to get off on it was by turning around and saying that it was the bodyguard. He was saying that the bodyguard was the last one to touch it. It all got swept under the rug by saying it was some fluke accident. He was too close to the blank, and the blank turned around and fucking hit him and all that stuff. Like, you guys must have heard the reports how there was an actual round that got loaded in the chamber, right?
Yeah,
but then it was said that no, it was actually a scene accident. Yeah, a random round somehow got in. But that's what I'm trying to tell you. I've known this guy since I was a kid. Those mistakes do not happen. They do not happen on Jaco's sets.
Well, yeah, dude, when I heard it, you got to put 1 and 2 together. There just ain't no fucking way it happened. It got put there.
Exactly. That's the only reason why I tell people, ironically, I can confirm for you what happened to Brendan Lee, because a man I trust a lot to have not lied to me on that told me right to my face, there's only one possibility: the bodyguard loaded it. But why would he have killed his best friend? No, they say that
couldn't happen.
It's impossible. There's a paper piece. There's literally a 3-inch cardboard paper. Okay, it sits inside of a blank just to make sure none of the gunpowder comes out like that. The best it can do is spew a bit of superheated gas for 2 feet in front of you. And the best of blank, okay, the best I could tell you to you is this. Okay, because I know this for a fact. Me and my buddies have fucked around with them in the Army. When I told my friends this story, they said, "You willing to put that to the test?" And I said, "What do you mean?" "Well, we got blanks on the base. Let's see if this is true." I let them put a pistol, okay, an M9 pistol, the same one supposedly was, an error, okay, and let them put it right to my shoulder and pull the trigger. Well, a blank was in it. You know what the best I got was, guys? 2nd-degree burns. That's it. All I got from it was a 2 centimeter 2nd-degree burn. The exact size of whatever jet of superheated gas came out. It wasn't even enough to penetrate my flesh. It was just hot enough to give me a 2nd-degree burn, not even a 3rd. Now, 2nd-degree burns Dude, that's like when you pour boiling water on yourself by accident, and then your skin, you know, like you actually get a scab. You know what I mean?
It's
like I'm sitting
sunburn
there.
almost.
Yeah, it's like a major sunburn. That's the best you can get from point blank, and I've tested this in the army with my friends. You know, I just didn't want to do it right to the forehead because what if it blinded me or made me go deaf? So I said, screw it. I put in ear protection, put on just a t-shirt, and told him fire right into the shoulder. Dude, it didn't even create enough pressure to hurt me. There was just enough heat to burn me. That's it. So I don't understand how a pressure wave killed him, when a pressure wave couldn't even break my skin or break it couldn't even break a bone. And you know what? And I'm not Brendan Lee. I didn't train. You know, it's hard to explain. I guess you could say his physical at the time. My physical level and his was probably pretty similar because I was in military training. But and if you were trained by a man like Bruce Lee, I hope he's on par with me physically. It's the only way I could explain it, I guess. But you know, he probably told his bodyguard to do it because of all the problems that were going on in his life at the time. I mean, his dad just died. His mom had cancer. Everyone thought he was just a joke hack, like riding off of his father's fame. Like, he went through a lot of crap. Jocko told me he was not in the best emotional states to even be shooting a movie. There was many times he told Brennan you should just take, a few months off, take a break, come back to filming after you've had time to, mourn your father. Like, he had never really properly dealt with the death of his dad. And nobody finds it a little bit funny that he committed suicide on a set, in the middle of a movie, the final scene, the cut scene. It's a little bit too flawless. It's like he picked it. And he wanted to go out like his dad or something. I don't know. It's kind of sad. It's like what happened to Chester, like the guy who sang from Linkin Park. Everyone's all sitting there going, it's so stupid. Why did he kill himself? What good reasons could he have for doing that? I guess everyone forgot that 1 year to the day that Chester from Linkin Park committed suicide, his best friend did. He killed himself on the anniversary of his friend committing suicide. And I don't think that's right. I don't think killing yourself is ever right. But don't sit here and say that they don't have reasons for why they do it. Everyone has their reasons for why they're pushed that far. So you're supposed to turn around it's like people should have been looking at him and helping him. Not just going, oh, he'll find some way to deal with it. He's Brennan Lee, son of Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was a human. So was Brennan. And it's like you can't... It's like when Titan said what he said to me. Like, I'm a veteran of PTSD. I don't need to be hearing that from people. You hear what I'm saying, I guess, Mo? It's like in school. It's why I've never thought bullying was right. Like, I'm not someone to ever be pushed that far, but there are people who could be. And it's like, I just question, what kind of people honestly live out there where they would say that, it's like Titan, okay? You know why you shouldn't be saying that? Same reason like what would happen to Amanda Todd. Okay, everyone thinks that kid that pushed her that far on YouTube to the point where she turned around and killed herself on the internet was just some asshole who turned around and, tried to ruin her life like that. No, he was a kid who was bullying her, and actually now probably has a lot of mental problems just because she died over it.
Either that or you just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, and then that's when I start to question the world. Maybe that's why, like I said, that's why I don't like Titan. I don't think he gives a fuck if I was to actually do it. I don't think he really cares what he says to others when he told me to, to do that. So it's one of those things where it's like, I just can't stand.
She was caught dead in the
Yes, but then there's guys like Keithy.
Taking off.
Yes, but you gotta remember
taking off.
But you guys gotta remember though. Then there's guys like Keithy and City, who the only reason why, give you an example, Brisk, City, Keithy, they might not be willing to tell me this, but I know one of the main reasons why they left RSB is because Titan told me to go kill myself, and Vusin has done nothing about it. They might not want to tell me that's their.
I'm outside of the dock.
Here, Mo, if you were a leader of a group. If you're a leader of any kind of a group and you found out one of your enforcers or in your chain of command, the higher ranking guys are going around telling people randomly online to commit suicide, how quickly would you boot that person from your group because of how bad of a name they're bringing to you?
The second I found out about it, I'd go to him and I'd ask him why. And I'd let him tell me why, and I said, well, what the fuck's wrong with you? And then they'd try to come up with some bullshit, and then they'd be gone. I wouldn't care. I'd want to know why and what the fuck the reason was, and I'd still kick them.
Yeah, he says his reasons because I'm committing to false valor. Sooty and Keithy both told him, you know what, and they made sure to say this, we're not saying you are, but even if you were, that's not a good enough reason to ever tell. You should never tell anyone to.
No, like because someone could, and that's someone that could have had every, it's fucking.
They could have had their whole life in front of them. You're right.
Yep, you just made them do that because they have problems, and they went and done it because you told them. Now you just ruined families because of you. I think if someone told someone to go kill themselves, and the person that told, that they told did go kill themselves, I think that person that told them to do it should get fucking killed.
Actually, to be honest, the amount of Todd, this is actually what Titan don't realize, where he's being a douche, getting me kicked out of groups and all that stuff. I'm being honest when I say this, but I'm not going to do it. I could have RSB disbanded tomorrow and have him booted off fucking Elite Dangerous. I recorded him when he said it to me. And he doesn't realize he doesn't realize that in Canada, because of Amanda Todd, it's chargeable. I could not only just take him off
in the US too.
No, I mean like a mandatory 5 years federal charge.
That's like, I mean, it's hard to explain. It's a really touchy, deep subject, but it's considered a homicidal fucking manipulation.
There you go. That's exactly what we consider it too. It's you get the same charge you would get for uttering a death threat or for threatening someone's life.
Yeah. And a lot of these people don't know it, but you can get in a lot of trouble for telling somebody to kill themselves.
I know, like I could already have him charged, and then I could go to fucking the clan. I could literally go to fucking Frontier, show them this happened, show them proof of the combat logging. You know why I'm not doing it? Because RSB wants to become its own player-made faction. I'm being nice. Hold on, no. I couldn't give a fuck about any of the group. You know what it is? Stooty's a nice guy, and all of this just puts problems on him. And I understand what Keithy says. Okay, his brother's being a little bit of a soft cock about it, as Australians call it. He's being a little bit of a pussy about it, but I don't think he's really being a little bit of a pussy. I think the truth of what it really is City has his own problems going on in his life right now where he just can't deal with this. He's got a pregnant girlfriend. You know what I mean? It's like...
Man, I've had a pregnant girlfriend, and I wasn't no fucking prick.
No. I meant he doesn't... And no, there's another reason why City hasn't dealt with it either. Here, hold on. Just give me a second. No, it's not you. No, it's not you. Pretty much muting everyone other than you. It's because I asked City not to give a shit. I said, bro, just don't worry about it. It's nothing I can't handle on my own. Just stay out of it and keep doing your thing with RSB. I don't even want to be the guy who creates problems in a group like that. Does that make sense, I guess, Mo? Like, I don't give a fuck what Titan's done to me. I don't give a fuck what Vuzen's done to me. I don't need to go ripping up a clan over it. That's not my thing. Yes, and that's what I'm trying to explain to you, is it? And he I've been saying that for weeks.
Anybody in this world fucking have any kind of fucking formality or fucking decent?